Hello again, grade 11. So, guided activity 8.3 on page 191. You're going to open the program from yesterday, and if you don't have it, you know what to do. What do? You get the 26th, the previous activity. The 27th, sorry, it's the 28th today, so you can get the previous day, 27th of May program open, and inside there, well, you open the program from there and get the database. If you have not caught up or you were absent, and don't go and take the memo files, because that's not going to help you learn anything. If you don't actually do this by yourself, you won't learn anything. I'm just making those memos available for people who need to catch up if they were absent from previous days. Right, so yesterday we did average capacity. We went through the table one at a time and went through every single row. What if we didn't want to count every single row? What if we only wanted to count certain rows? If, say, the dam is a certain name or something, okay, condition. So this is what we're going to do next. We're going to have either a counter or a sum or some calculation we're going to do if, when you go through the table, if, say, the dam capacity is greater than a certain amount, and so on. So we'll have an if statement inside here. Right, but we're not using that one. We're going to use another button click event, but let's have a look what they want us to do here. Okay, determine the percentage of water currently in a specific dam. Now that's interesting, don't you agree? Well, so it's all about dams, and there is capacity. They calculate the percentage full. You know, how much is there in, how much water is in there, what percentage is inside that dam. And if you go to, oh, by the way, when you open your database, remember to enable content. And then we open TBL dams, we'll see we have dam level and we have and the capacity. So if you say capacity divided by dam level times by 100, do you think we'll get the capacity? Actually, it's the other way around. Dam level divided by capacity times by 100. Oh yes, yeah, that's right, it is the other way around. Capacity is how much it totally can hold, and then the dam level is what it is at this point. There it is. And what is this height of wall? Oh, that's just the height of the wall. Okay, so we're going to do a calculation of these two inside our loop while we go through each dam, but we might only go through certain dams. Anyway, so there's our calculation. Dam level divided by capacity times by 100. Okay, when the user clicks on the dam in our database grid, remember when we click on the dam here, then we're going to choose only that dam, okay. We're going to extract the values from the table and calculate the percentage and display the percentage to the rich edit. Now, let's say writing the code. There we have the instructions. The percentage is this, and then we display it. But this is going to be the part for writing the code. Create an on-click event for calculate percentage full. Fine. So we need a variable of string to select the dam's name. We want to display the dam's name. The dam's name. And then we need a variable for the level, the capacity, and then the percentage as well. So there's our variables. In our button on click event, we're going to put those variables. This one, calculate percentage full. Alright, so there. Oh, I typed fast, didn't I? Right, you know what I did. Not legal. So now we're going to do next. Write the code below, which will extract. Now I'm not going to copy and paste this code. We're going to do it manually. So we want to get the name of the dam and so on. But this is based on, we're not going to use a loop actually. We should, but we're not going to use a loop. We should. In fact, I think we are going to use a loop. We're not going to just go and get it, okay? You're not going to rely on the fact that, okay, when we go and select this, then we'll have the right thing. Because in an exam, you will be required to use a loop to go through the dam and go through the table and find the correct dam. So we're going to do it the way that you would have to do it in an exam. First of all, we need to know what is our data module name. And of course, I always forget that. It's dbm dams db with dbm dams db do. Oops. Begin and end. So we're going to go to the first row of the table, tbl dams dot first, and then while not tbl dams dot end of file do begin and end. We're not going to use the shortcuts, we're going to do the loop, but don't forget we have to do tbl dams dot next. Now we want to search through the table for that dam. No, we're not going to do it the easy way. The easy way is written over here, where you just go and say, okay, we want to go and get the name, the level, and the capacity from the database itself. Now, okay, that's defeating the purpose there. What if we don't know the name? Let's go and ask the user to input a name. Okay, so we'll get an input box. So we'll say sname equals input box, enter name of the dam. Okay, and we're going to go and search for that name. Instead of reading it straight off the database grid, we're going to search through the database one line at a time, and then we find it. And when we find it, then we will do our calculations and our display. Well, we'll just go and get these things: the capacity, the level. We've got sname already. So, okay, so we just need the capacity and the level that we can calculate, and then we're going to display everything in the rich edit. Okay. Yes, I know this is obviously more efficient this way, but as I said, in exams you have to know to go through the tables one row at a time. That's what you're going to be tested on. Right, so we can ask the question: if tbl dams square brackets, now what is the name of the dam? It's called dam name. There it is. tbl dams square brackets inverted commas dam name, if that is equal to sname, then we're going to do begin and end. There we go. Okay, begin and end. So then we're going to go and get what the level is. Our level equals tbl dams square brackets. What is the column heading for levels? Dam level. And like I said, we don't actually have to worry about capitals. And don't forget, these are, well, we're going to use real numbers, okay? Even though they're integers, we'll use real data types. We know that a real number can be an integer as well. tbl dams square brackets capacity. There it is. So we've got our two things. That's all we wanted. But think about this very carefully now. How many dams are called Back River Dam? Only one. How many dams is called Damani Dam? Only one. So how many rows do we actually have here? Quite a lot. In fact, at 164. Okay, still, but that's enough. That's already a lot. You can have thousands or millions of rows in your table. And if you're only looking for one thing, do you think that we want to go .next all the time and only, carry on in this while loop and keep going, even though we find, let's say the dam name is the first one. And guess what the poor process has to do? If we're looking for the first dam, the poor process has to go through every single row of this table until it gets to the end. So what do you think we should do? We should have what we call a Boolean flag to stop the loop be found call it be found. So when we found it, we want the loop to stop, don't we? So we're going to get a Boolean flag, set it to false, and when we stop, when we find the dam, we'll set our Boolean flag to true, like there. But that's not going to help anything because we have to put it in our condition of our while loop. So this is if we find a match, okay, say it's the first dam, and then we set be found true, but the loop's still not going to stop because we haven't put it here in our conditions. So we've got to put two conditions here, while we're not at the end and while be found equals false. And we have to put an and there, while be found equals false, and why? Because both these conditions must be true for all of this to happen each time before we go to the next row and the next row. And if one of them is false, guess what? The whole statement is false, and then the loop will stop. So if be found becomes true before we get to the end, the loop will stop because of this and over here. Now, that's that done. Now we're going to calculate our average. Our perk. Right, guys, we have to make sure we're not busy in our data module. End of data module, and this is end of while loop. End of while loop. Make sure you know where you are. Okay, now after the end of that, our average will be equal to, that's our perk, isn't it? Our perk will be equal to the level divided by the capacity times by 100. R level divided by R capacity times by 100. And now we can go and just display it all. And by the way, this display is so basic, I'm actually going to copy and paste the display because I haven't got time to write all of that. You must type it all. And there it is. But don't you dare copy and paste. You must type it all out. So I'm going to run the code and we'll see what happens. And of course, I'm going to have some errors. Okay. DMB dams DB. Oh my word. See, I spelled it wrong. DBM dams DB. DBM. I hate that word. DBM. Oh my word. Sorry. That's a moan here. I am right, capacity percentage full. Now I'm going to put in a dam now. Albany dam. Now I have to, okay, there it is. I'm going to go and put in another dam, Alphen dam. I'm not going to use capital letters, and click OK. You know why that didn't work? Because of the capital letters. You have to match your capitals with the data inside the database, okay? Right, so you're going to do that by yourself, and we'll see you tomorrow.